What's good? What's good? It's been a good long minute. Casey for Ill Wrestler Takes is back in business. I've been away for a long time. Your man's just had some things I had to take care of. I had to take a huge long break from social media because it was just draining. Um, and I'm gonna be 1,000% with y'all. Wrestling as a whole, I don't care if it's WWE, I don't care if it was AEW. Wrestling as a whole, these last couple of months has been hot garbage. Just call it for what it is. Triple H on bull drive, and unfortunately TK was on bull drive. But TK finally woke up. Full Gear, I didn't do a review for Full Gear because I wanted to wait until I came back to talk about Dynamite live from the crib. I didn't go. I did not go. I could have went. I didn't go. Uh, this is exactly how you come off pay-per-view. This Dynamite episode was bananas. It was great. Storylines matter, ladies and gentlemen. You want a hot wrestling episode, your stories got to make sense. Everything got to make. It can't just be the wrestling. I don't just want good wrestling. I want storylines. What the clown are cats wrestling for? What the clown are cats wrestling for, ladies and gentlemen? What are they wrestling for? That is the name of the game. You want cats to tune into your product, you got to give a crap about what the heck you putting on TV, ladies and gentlemen. You have no choice. You have absolutely no choice. But before I begin this wrestling review, I just again want to just say I appreciate everybody who's still been hanging in there with me. Like I said, I had maybe 2 people reach out to me trying to figure out where the heck I've been at. But I'm officially back, ladies and gentlemen, so I will be tweeting again. I'll be popping back in group chats and every now and then. But like I said, I'm good, man. God is good. Like I said, I had some health issues. Like I said, just wanted to get my mind clear. Like I said, social media is very draining. Like I said, you stand on social media all day, it'll drive you crazy. You know, but I had to take this thing. I had to take a little break. But God is good. We back. Now, unfortunately, before I begin this wrestling review, I got to talk about the inedible. For people who watch Power Rangers like me, we all know about the situation right here with the main man right here. Uh, man, I can't believe it, man. My man's is gone, ladies and gentlemen. This was my guy. I grew up with this cat. I to this day, I remember his journey, how he came through Green with Evil, phenomenal 5-part series. He went from the Green Ranger to potentially turning into the White Ranger. Then he went from being the White Ranger to being the lead in Zeo. Then his end at the time, he would go to Turbo. Then that's when he would disappear for a little bit, but then he would come back in Dino Thunder as the Black Ranger. This man right here has been nothing but phenomenal, but he did have some situations where a lot of things he kind of brought upon himself. Now, the situation that unfortunately took place with our guy, I'm telling you right now, I don't care how bad the situation is. Never do self-harm, never. I don't care what the situation is. Always reach out. Always reach out, man, because listen, him just dipping out it affect a whole bunch of us. I seen so many different videos, people playing the flute. Y'all know the little tune. Everybody paying homage. I seen so many tutorial tribute videos. I mean, this dude was a legend. He is the embodiment of Power Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. And it's so unfortunate, man, because next year would have been 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. 30 years. It's funny how Power Rangers and Raw are the same exact age. Raw started January 11th, 1993. Power Rangers started August 28th, 1993. It's going to be something come next year when they launch the 30th anniversary. Everybody and mama come back. The man was supposed to be there. He was supposed to be there, y'all. But our homeboy is gone. He's gone, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, man, my heart goes out to the entire Power Ranger fan base, the Power Rangers themselves. Amy, Austin, Walter, David, the other David, Barbara, uh, Catherine, uh, everybody. I'm talking about every Ranger from every series from who's still around, y'all. I know they are hurting right now. They are hurting, ladies and gentlemen, and Man, like I said, I just want to come on here and do this right quick before I dive into this outstanding episode of Dynamite. I got to give TK props, but I just want to come on here, pay my respect, pay my homage to this man, because this was my guy, ladies and gentlemen. This was my dude. I'm such a man. Like I said, it was heartbroken. I was heartbroken, man. But we got to move on, man. Long live the legend himself, R.I.P. Mr. JFD, Jason David Freight, but we all knew him as Tommy Oliver, man. So, by any means, let's go ahead and break down this show. So, live from the crib, ladies and gentlemen. I always say, Tony Khan, what's the name of the game? You come in hot, fresh off a pay per view. You can't drop no trash episode. You can't. And boy, did he answer the assignment. He was on. He was on it tonight or yesterday. He was on it yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. He came through, did what he had to do, and we're gonna break down now. Like I said, if it's one, I'll talk about it. It was some things on the show I wasn't feeling, but for the most part, he's heading down the right track. And I need, from here on out, I need Rampage to matter, because I'm gonna be 1,000% when talking about Triple H and Tony Khan. Raw and Rampage have been trash, and SmackDown and Dynamite have basically been carrying both shows. SmackDown has been the superior show when it concerns the WWE. Even though a lot of things of SmackDown I wasn't feeling, but I still would put SmackDown above Raw any day. AEW Dynamite has been hit or miss, especially with the build up going into Full Gear. Like I said, my grade for Full Gear, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It could have been a 9 out of 10. I think TK had a whole lot of stuff on that show that he had no business being on there. One of TK's biggest problems is he still continues to keep trying to put so many different wrestlers on the show that have no business being on the show. If he shortened these shows, I'm telling you, from the most part, the audience, the fan base, a lot of people took in Full Gear and they said that this was a huge step forward. A lot of people actually like Full Gear. My thing about Full Gear is it was just too long. That's my biggest gripe. The show, it was a whole lot of stuff I liked on the show, but like I said, some of the stuff just didn't need to be on the show. You cut the dead weight, man, that show could have been a 9 out of 10. I'm just telling you right now. But for me, Full Gear is a 7 out of 10. Now, your man will be reviewing Survivor Series. So I'll be doing the Survivor Series prediction video on Friday. I probably talk a little bit about Rampage, but Friday I'll be back and I'll give you an honest prediction on who I think is going to win everything at War Games. And then I'll be back Sunday night or Saturday or Sunday night, depending on how I feel, to give you an honest review about Survivor Series. But anyway, excuse me, let's go ahead and break down this show. So, live from the crib, Excalibur welcomes everybody. Crowd is hot, everybody mama going completely crazy out here in Chicago. I told you. Over here, listen, I know a lot of people be saying, man, why does AEW go to Chicago? Well, one, TK's from the place, born and raised in Champaign, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously that man comes out this way to spend time with his family, from what I'm told. But you know clowns out this way gonna go crazy. They just love, they wrestling, they love it. So we open the show and they give you a highlight about the betrayal of William Regal. Now everybody mama saw. Everybody and their mama's mama knew exactly what was gonna happen. We all knew that MJF was walking out of Full Gear with that championship. The question is, how the heck was he gonna get it? William Regal slid that boy a doggone brass knuckle, knocked him out. So William Regal is out there to address the crowd. They are booing the mess out that man. They are booing him. They eating him up. William Regal got that sinister look. Reminds me of how he used to be way back in the day. I remember him time. Every time you seen him, he had that goofy, ugly man look on his face, like you just wanted to beat the brakes off of him. He gets in the ring and he quote unquote claimed to explain himself why he did what he did, and he said, "MJF is your new AEW World Champion. He does not. He will not be out here in this despicable place of a city called Chicago." And you know and it was right, because he said he was away filming some TV show or something like that, or some movie or something like that, which is perfect. You don't need to see that man. Like I said, he is the mouthpiece, if you want to say. MJF does not need a mouthpiece, but he's his manager. Now I know a lot of people will say, well, here they go trying to quote unquote copy Paul Heyman and Roman. Let me tell y'all something. If we are going to have a long man MJF reign, the name of the game is to get people invested in how long this reign is going to be and how many baby faces can we build up to try to go after him. However, we know that the inevitable, somebody's going to have to take that championship off of him. Right now, the storyline is just beginning. We're just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. So hang in there tight. I know people going to say they copying. Listen, they are doing their own thing. This is something totally different. This is a MJF, William Regal story that is about to take place. It's about to go off. I'm telling y'all, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to see how well this story is going to progress, how well this reign is going to be. Because that's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. So, as he continued to talk, Moxley's music hits. The crowd goes wild. Moxley is ticked off. He is pissed. He ain't here to talk. He's here to get in that ring and beat the brakes off of William Regal for the foolishness that he did. So as he gets in the ring, and he looked like he want to murder that man, Bryan Danielson comes out the woodwork and quote unquote protects William Regal from any harm. He kept pushing him off. He said, wait. He said, what are you doing, man? I understand you're mad. I understand you want answers, man. But this is our guy. What is wrong with you? And the crowd booed the mess out of Bryan. The BCC, ladies and gentlemen, as we know it, is coming to a close. The BCC, I call them the Blood Combat Club, because that's what they are. Blood Combat Clowns, because y'all know they love to bleed. So Bryan is just trying to get him to calm down. Then he slaps him. He's like, oh. And so the crowd is like, what the heck is wrong with you, man? Why? What? Like, let that man do. He said, and he went over there to the ropes. And you can see he was ticked. He was ticked. He wanted to murder that boy. He wanted to take him down. He walked up to that man. He told him, listen, I'm going to need you to do one thing. I'm going to need you to get your behind on out of here. What you did was terrible. And I don't want to see your behind ever again. Get your behind up out of here before I do something terrible to you. Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, William Regal looked at that man, got out the ring, and he walked away. And that's how that segment finished now. Ladies and gentlemen, the BCC debacle, or the end of the BCC as we know it, is starting to begin, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ride. So we all know Moxley is due for vacation. He's due for vacation, ladies and gentlemen. So we are in the process of writing Moxley off TV. But how the clown are we going to get there? Stay tuned. Tony Khan, first segment, I got to give you nothing but props. This is how you get people invested in your title picture. This is how you get people invested in whatever you're trying to get people to tune into. It's all about the story. If the story makes no sense, if the story's not there, nobody's going to give a rat's behind about it. Now, I understand they had a lot of issues. Cats was hurt. You already know about the suspensions, but the suspensions has been lifted for the elite as of right now, because as you can see, they back. The name of the game, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, keep people invested. If you want people to tune into your product, you got to keep people invested. I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. You have to. So right after that, they had cut the commercial to let y'all know that we are getting match number 2 between Death Triangle and the Elite. And as they came back, we see Renee Moxley. I'm calling her, whatever, Renee Paquette, whatever her name is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Renee. Renee is in the back, and she's looking like she's finna start talking with Keith Lee. Keith Lee looked ticked off. Keith Lee take his headset off, and as soon as he's about to start talking, Swerve weasels his way on up. I'm invested because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all catch the people in the game, but Swerve and Keith Lee are about to be 2 main event players. We've been asking. I know there's been a lot of cats that's been asking when the clown is Tony Khan going to start pushing us into that main event picture. Ladies and gentlemen, this feud is going to elevate them into that title picture. 2023, 2024, I'm just telling y'all right now. Be on the watch. As you can see, Ricky Starks just got added in there. But I'll talk about him when I get there. So, he said, whatever you had to say to me, you better say it now, because I'm about to lay your behind out. It's the same scenario, kind of like, somewhat similar. But he wasn't in no laughing mode. And so, Swerve just looked at him. Then he looked at the camera and said, what we got to discuss ain't for TV. So we put his hand in front of the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for these two. When they get in the ring, these two are going to murder each other. Y'all don't understand what we about to get. This is exciting times right now. AEW is cooking. They are cooking. This is what we've been asking for, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to elevate Swerve, and this is going to elevate Keith Lee. These two are getting ready to elevate. They will no longer be in the mid. Right now, they're in the mid card right now. You can picture them in the mid card, but this feud between the two of them is going to elevate them into main event status. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. So after that, we get the first matchup. We get Jake Hager versus OC. I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. I personally didn't care about the match. However, you know OC gonna make anybody look good. He's going to make anybody look good. And he did great with Jake Hager. He made him look great. Made him look like as if Jake Hager was going to walk out with this championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, Tony Khan has a huge task on his hand. He has to continue to keep the All-Atlantic Championship title picture relevant. And he has to do the same thing with the TNT title. Now, I'm still here to say that we didn't need that All-Atlantic Championship. You could have just focused more on the TNT title because now we got all these Ring of Honor championships that keep popping up. And I'm telling you, we need to get that Ring of Honor TV show. This way we can focus only on the AEW titles and not the Ring of Honor title. Now, I understand we did have a Ring of Honor main event title picture or main event title match at the end of the show. But I'll get there when I talk about it. But this was a pretty decent match. OC comes out victorious. He wins. And so after the match, the lights go off. Everybody's been wondering where the heck the House of Black is. Lights go off. Julia Hart is standing there looking like a female version of The Undertaker. That crowd in Chicago went ape. They went ape, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling y'all right now. My city, they just love their wrestling. And everybody popped back in the ring. They laid out. The Best Friends, OC got laid out. Then they took out, that's right, the Factory Man. QC Marshall. QC Marshall came out there talking crap, talking about he won a shot, and then all the rest of them got jumped. So everybody in the QT Marshall band got jumped. Listen, I'm telling y'all, when it's time, we need to put them trios championships on them. We need to. But it seems like I don't know where we're going with them. Maybe Malachi is going for the All Atlantic Championship. Maybe. I don't know. But the fact that they came in, they laid everybody out, let everybody know we back. And it's good to have them back because everybody I told you, AEW is a great programming when we have everybody back. Cats healthy, cats got their mind straight. This is what you want. This is when you know your television product is going to be good, when you got everybody mama back. So like I said, they came in, laid everybody out, did what they had to do, and that was that. So right after that, we got a video package from the match with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And Jungle Boy looked tore up from the floor up, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, that steel cage match was great. We knew blood was going to be in it because it called for it. I told you. The one thing I got to give Tony Khan props as a late, when matches call for somebody to get busted open, you go for it. You do it. You didn't need everybody mama bleed 24/7. Now, I know there's a lot of matches that happen at Full Gear. It was accidents. Had cats they be hitting hard. And when you hit hard, you accidentally might bust somebody open. That's kind of what happened in a couple of matches. But that steel cage match, but he said what he said. He said, I had fun. He said that match was needed. He said, and I enjoyed being in the ring with you because he think back because that was his homeboy. But he said, I'm glad I beat you behind. Right to the point. Said what he had to say. So as of right now, we're moving on to something else. So we get the finals for the AEW World Title Eliminated Tournament match. Now, Ricky Starks has been going through. As you can see, his body was beat up. He had tape all over his body. You had All Ego Page and Stokely Hathaway coming out there cutting a promo, talking bull jive, saying whatever, just talking bull jive. So we get into the match. Ethan Page is handling the business right now. Ricky Starks is just getting manhandled. And it makes sense because, remember, his body is beat up. Like I said, he got tape on his shoulder, tape all over his ribs. It's like, how the heck is he going to win this? He's been destroyed. He's been beat up. Tries to make the miraculous comeback. Gets beat down some more. I mean, and let me tell y'all something. The crowd is getting more and more behind Ricky. As we already know, Ricky is going to be the babyface in this. As much as the fans continue to quote unquote cheer MJL, this was the whole point of putting William Regal with the man. This was the whole point because we had to get Ricky to the status that which is him being cheered over MJL. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, they beat the brakes off each other. Ricky out there handling, doing work, found a way to do his move set on, got the 1, 2, 3, crowd went nuts. And ladies and gentlemen, in about 4 weeks at Winter is Coming, we are getting Ricky Starks versus AEW versus the AEW World Heavyweight Champion MJF. Listen, I'm here for the war of words. They about to cut excellent promos on each other. I'm here for it. I can't wait. Boom, perfect. Got right to the point. Handled the business. Did what they had to do. So, let's see. Yep, they talked about that. All that. Wardlow cut a phenomenal promo about what took place. So as we know, Samoa Joe is a double champion. He is the Ring of Honor TV champion, and he is the TNT champion. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, I think that was the right move because why? Samoa Joe knows how to present himself, and I think everything is better with Wardlow chasing. Ladies and gentlemen, Wardlow is ready for the main event title picture, but as of right now, he still needs to, Wardlow needs to be rebuilt back up because it seems like, I don't understand how it is with TK, but it seems like sometimes when it comes to the baby faces, it seems like he doesn't really like. He can do it, but sometimes he just throws stuff out there. It's like he throws stuff at the wall, hoping it stick. And constantly, when you have somebody who was hot as Warlow, and then you constantly trying to put him in tag team matches, and you're not. It was, what was the point? Now the fact that the man lost, he is trying to chase again. And he said he's going to remind Samoa Joe that this is Warlow's world. Right to the point. Listen, whatever we plan on doing, hey, I'm here for it, So, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all. Yes, this was ghetto as heck, of course. But I understand what they were trying to do. Remember, Jade Cargill. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was out, but I know exactly what went down about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm well aware of what took place on social media. And I'm not talking about what went down with Bow Wow and Jade Cargill. I'm talking about what went down with the entire AEW women's locker room and a certain man out of New York named JD from NY. I'm well aware about all that stuff. I've seen everybody. I heard everybody's side. Listen. Look, let me tell y'all something. This is where I draw the line. If you are going to quote unquote give your opinion about something, make sure you take off the mentions. Because that's the mistake that JD made. So he hopped up in the mentions talking about their match was trash. Now obviously he wasn't talking about Jade, he was talking about Marina Shafir. But Jade decided to come to her rescue, and unfortunately their match wasn't good. It was trash. It's not garbage. My biggest thing about Jade Cargill, ladies and gentlemen, she has everything down pat. Everything. The thing that most of us are rooting for her to get is getting better in ring wise. Moves says, man, listen, she gonna lay you out with the moves. I'm telling you. It's not the moves, ladies and gentlemen. It's the in-ring work. That is where a lot of us are really praying and hoping that she gets better. Now, I understand there's a lot of people who can't stand her. They hate her guts. And we all know why they hate her guts. I don't have to explain why. You know why. But I just want Jay to continue to get better in-ring wise. So anyway, all of that foolishness that happened with JD and them, she also started to get into it with Bow Wow, and that was because Ricky Swerve had told Bow Wow that he wanted him to come through the AEW, and then next thing you know, he said, I'm going to come through, but let me holler at Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill said, wait, hold up, homie. Listen, I'm a married woman. What's wrong with you? So they was going back and forth. So this started to get a whole lot of mainstream attention. You got a whole lot of these websites like the Shade Room. The fact Jay went on the Breakfast Club, it was getting a lot of mainstream because let me tell you something. Jay Cargill is it, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of her being able to, get the in ring stuff down, Jay Cargill is it. She screams mainstream, and I don't understand why fools are not picking up on it. That's why a lot of people want to talk to her. That's why a lot of people she listen. She's it, ladies and gentlemen. She is it. So to make a long story short, she pulled up at his concert and they was trying to get in, and then the security guys had pulled him back. So they showed that footage. That tells me that Bow Wow will be putting up pretty soon. I don't know when, but it's a possibility that Bow Wow may be hooking up with somebody to quote unquote get back at Jade. Now, obviously, he's not going to fight Jade. He's not. But he's going to end up having another female wrestler to help him out to get back at Jade. Well, they talked to Jade, and good thing we had good news, ladies and gentlemen. Red Velvet has made her return. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, since Jamie Hayter is your new AEW Women's Champion, I'm going with Red Velvet to be the one to dethrone Jade. Now, the storyline of where we go, unless it's Kiera. Unless it's Kiera. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's Kiera. I don't know where we're going with this. But now we are preparing to get Jade to babyface status and to lose that thing. Because a lot of cats is ready for her to lose. This is where we go. We had to now start focus on getting somebody built up to take that TBS title. Obviously, we knew who it was supposed to be, but she got injured. Talk about Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander should be the TBS champion as of right now, but she got injured. So we won't be seeing her till next year sometime. So for the meantime, we got to build somebody up to get ready to take the title off Jade. That's what that is. So anyway, look like Smart Mark Sterling then repaired himself back up with Jade, and with Red being back, Jade told Kiera that because of all the shenanigans that's been happening, she hasn't been holding her weight. Therefore, she has been relinquished of her duties in the baddie section. I didn't see that coming. I don't know where we're going with this, but I'm intrigued. That's how you keep cats invested. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. So now we move on to the best of 7 match between the Elite and Death Triangle for these doggone trios championships. Now, we all knew coming to Chicago, just like at Full Gear, how everybody in the mama was talking about FCM Punk, where you knew coming into CM Punk territory, ladies and gentlemen, that the Elite was going to get booed out of the corner. They got booed, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, and they was talking about F the Elite. Chicago tore them up. They tore them up, and it was perfect. So, with them being, booed, what was they go? They motto, let's do the heel route. So everybody was praising Death Triangle, booing the Elite. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I hate rematch after rematch after rematch. If I take a dump on it in WWE, I should do the same exact thing in AEW. But the way how Tony Khan is presenting this, he's presenting this as if this is a series. Like he's giving it like this is the World Series or this is the NBA Finals or something like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm here for it. I am here for it. So we're gonna get match 3 next week, but we're gonna get a 2-week break. That means we're gonna get story build up in between while they not wrestling each other, which I'm cool with. So we're not getting the matches back to back because I understand Cat's gonna get tired of it. I say the same thing about WWE. I don't need to see rematch but if you put a story behind it, if you make it make sense, then I'm going to be invested to see it again, but to see how do they change things up. Now I understand their style of wrestling is not everybody's cup of tea. I understand a lot of people don't like the flips and dives. They don't like seeing Cass just standing there looking goofy and then I understand all that. But they do tell a great story. They keep you invested. The Elite had this match won, ladies and gentlemen. They tried their best to go heel. They tried to do just like the Death Triangle did at Full Gear. It didn't work, ladies and gentlemen. The Elite lost again. They lost again. And so now they saying, uh-oh, are Del Triangle finna sweep? No, they're not going to sweep. They are not going to sweep. This is just part of the storyline, ladies and gentlemen. This is the story. So it looked like the Elite, they backside against the wall. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? That's what it is. So looking forward to match number 3, seeing how that turns out next week. So comparing this match to the match at Full Gear, the match at Full Gear was better. However, I still enjoyed this match. So I'm grateful for what they're doing, and it's good to see them back. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say it right now. For people who believe that CM Punk is gone, he ain't. We'll see him sometime in May. I'm just telling you right now. We'll see him sometime in May. And if not, I'll come on here and say I was wrong. But I'm just telling you right now, with all the shenanigans that's going on, even Kenny Omega said that this is not the Elite versus Punk. We need to just enjoy wrestling. They telling you what's going to pop off. So understand, I get it. People who you hate seeing Punk, you have every right to be angry at that man. But let me tell y'all something. That man is worth a lot of money, and he brings a lot of money to the table, ladies and gentlemen. He does. Whether people want to receive that or not, he brings a lot of money to the table. Do y'all understand what type of crazy storyline they can make with all the shenanigans that took place at the scrum? They will go nuts. I'm telling you. Y'all don't even understand. I know how this stuff works. I know how it works. Just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. So we move on. Let's see. So before we get the women's, Renee comes out and she said, Chicago crowd, you guys have been great, but I'm here to make an announcement right now. Due to Thunder Rosa's severe injury, Thunder Rosa and AEW management have come to an agreement, a mutual agreement, that she relinquished the AEW championship. Therefore, Jamie Hayter is your new AEW Women's Champion. Let me tell y'all something. That was great. I'm glad that they did that. I hate the interim stuff. The interim stuff, it was working at first. But the fact is, that's all TK do. It's like it gets stale. It's a waste of time. If somebody gets hurt, you strip they behind and you put the championship on whoever else. You have a match, they got it. So Renee introduced Jamie. Britt and Rebel come out. Jamie tries to talk. Britt takes that mic out of her hand. You see the tension being built up. The tension is there. So they had announced a 3-on-3 women's match. So it was tag team. It was tag team, 3 tag teams. It was Anna J. Taya. It was Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, and Jamie and Britt. This is an okay match. I was just paying attention for the storyline that was being presented. And a lot of people wanted to see Sky and them win because of everything that's going on, but I understand why Jamie and Britt got the win. Obviously, Britt wanted to get the win because Britt is trying to make this like she is the champion. If people have been peeping the game of how things are working, she's basically trying to, run around, act like it's her title when we know dang well it's not. Jamie is the champion. Then you seen Rebel point at all 3 of them say we're still a co-unit. No. I think going into winter is coming. I think we're going to get Britt versus Jamie. Think that's what we're going to get. And it wouldn't shock me if Rebel was the special guest referee. In other words, Rebel going to have to pick a side. Who is she rolling with? Who is she rolling with? That's what it's going to come down to. Like I said, it was a good match. Britt and them ended up getting the victory. So like I said, the referee's going to give give Jamie the title. Britt just snatches that championship like it's hers and everything. I'm telling you, that's where we going right now. So kudos to Thunder Rosa for doing that. When Thunder Rosa gets 100%, Thunder Rosa is coming back. Now the question is, does she come back as a heel or does she come back as a babyface? We're going to find out. So, talked about that. So, Tony Schiavone said that because of the situation that happened, Toni Storm did lose at Full Gear. She will address the situation and where she's standing right now on Rampage. Rampage is going to be coming on at 3 o'clock on Friday, which is great because coming on late at 9 o'clock after SmackDown went off, man, no. I'd rather come on early, you know what I'm saying? So, That's that. So we got a backstage segment. FTR and Top Flight are talking with is it Alice Marvez or was it Tony? It was talking to one or two, and they both was complimenting each other about how great each other tag team is. Like, we watch you guys, and they say you guys are pretty much us but younger, and you're gonna run the tag team division for years to come. And they said, yeah, that's great and all, but we brought you out here because we want to challenge you all for those Ring of Honor championship. They said, cool, we'll challenge you. Fine. You want to challenge us? We'll see you cats this Friday on Rampage. I'm looking forward to this match. This match is gonna bang. Like I said, Darius has been hurt like crazy. I pray that they stay healthy, him and Dante, because I've been wanting to see Top Flight succeed. I want to see them succeed. This matchup is going to be great. You know they're not losing them titles, but the match is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. So speaking of tag team, the Acclaim music go off. Chicago goes 8. They go 8. They went 8 for the Acclaim. Max cut his rap. You know his raps be cheesy as heck. Listen, I wasn't here when they won the tag team titles. I've been looking forward to them. I've told you I'm one of the biggest Acclaim heads on the planet. Their title run has been phenomenal. So like I said, they get in the ring. They do all the welcome to Chicago, all this stuff. Chicago, the Acclaim loves everyone and all this, and scissor me daddy butt and all that stuff. So as soon as they try to do the scissor me daddy butt with Billy Gunn, here comes Jay Lethal, Simon J. Dutt, and Jeff Jarrett hopping on the screen talking about, you clowns are terrible tag team champions, and we heard you clowns talking about us before you put your mouth on us. We'll take those tag team titles from you in a minute. So then that's when Billy Gunn and all of them clapped back at them and told them to take their old behinds off. And as they was talking to them, we got a TNA sucks chant. And it was funny. I mean, listen, old TNA, you still trying to live the glory days. Y'all past y'all prime. You know what I'm saying? So this is the new storyline for the Acclaim for right now. I don't know when they're going to be fighting. Maybe they'll have them fight that winter is coming. But I'm going to be here for it. Obviously, this is a buffer because we don't have nobody ready to take those tag team titles off of them right now. So this is just a buffer right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people ain't feeling it because, like I said, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, they way past their prime. Way past their prime. I mean, Jay Lethal could still give you a decent match in there, but, I mean, this is just them giving them a little biscuit for the time being before we get to what we're supposed to be going to, which I believe is FTR versus the Acclaim. That's where we really need to get to, but I think they're trying to hold that off for a little bit longer. So, we got a video package about everything that's finna transpire on Rampage. Akira Shida is returning. Rampage looks like it's important, and good thing is coming on early. Like I said, Tony Khan must tie in things that happen on Dynamite to happen on Rampage in order for Rampage to boost his ratings and mean something. Because cats don't give a rat's behind about Rampage. Rampage just be unwatchable. And we going to figure out how to make this show live. You just going to have to. Now, I understand it's tape because they did everything tonight and then they just showcased what happened on Friday. So we get this championship. The Ring of Honor World Championship match. Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Jericho. I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all. The matchup was decent. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Like I said, man, the Ring of Honor stuff, ladies and gentlemen, it's got to be. Sorry about that, y'all. Shit, knock my own microphone down. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So I had to fix the microphone. So anyway, this Ring of Honor stuff, even though the match is good, the audience was into it. They like Tomohiro. They like all that strong style, just whacking cats in the chest. Obviously, he whacked Chris Jericho so hard they bust him open in the chest. They tried to make you think that Tomohiro was finna walk out with the championship. They really did. But you knew he wasn't. You knew he was not walking out with the championship. So Chris Jericho beats him. He gets him to tap out. And that's the end of that. Jericho walks up like he finna go knock out my Ring of Honor ring announcer. I forgot my commentary dude. I forgot his name. As soon as he go over there, you ain't heard from Claudio all day. Claudio comes out, lays him out. Claudio wants his title back. Now, if this is going to be the title match for the December show, um, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we need to get Ring of Honor on its own separate show. We just need to. Because for me, majority of this show is outstanding. Everything. And then we got to the main event. I was like, I kind of could pass on the main event because this is Ring of Honor. This is not Dynamite. This is not AEW. But Chris Jericho is an AEW guy, so obviously Tony Khan is going to have him out there with that championship. Like I said, if it's any downfall, I think it was the main event. Like I said, a lot of people like the main event. Crowd was going nuts. You heard of This Is Awesome chant, but like I said, for me, I just wasn't feeling it. So, like I said, obviously, great Dynamite all the way to the end. To the end, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal perspective. I don't know how you guys feel. But ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy KCPL, King Self Life Wrestler Takes. It's so good to be back. I've been away. I told y'all I had to take some time away from myself. I'm good. It's good to be back. It's time to get back into the world of things. I'm telling y'all, I'm coming through with the Survivor Series prediction. I'm coming through with the Survivor Series reaction video. All that. I'm coming through with everything. And I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, your boy's good. I'm doing well. Like I said, man, I'm well aware of everything. Everything. I'm caught up. And I'm not just talking wrestling. I'm caught up on everything. I know about Twitter, quote unquote, dying. I'm caught up on everything. I'm caught up on a whole lot of stuff that I don't even really talk about when it's concerned to wrestling. I'm caught up on a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, this your boy KCFL, King Self Life Wrestler Takes. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about everything. Tell me how you feel about wrestling as a whole. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing certain cats pop up. They used to pop up all the time. Like I said, shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, this your boy KCFL, King Self Life Wrestler Takes. I'll talk to y'all cats Friday. See y'all later. I'll let you boy.